Welcome again.
So yeah, it's fun to be back here because I don't really remember exactly what the museum looks like. But, you know, I was here 2 years ago, but then I was not in the festival. Then I was at Tabacalera, and I had a retrospective of like all my films. I have been working with fiction films for 11 years now. Well, it's just fantastic to be here and have a retrospective. I was here 2 years ago. Then I was doing the research for this film, for The Square. And the film takes place in a contemporary art museum, so we are quite inspired of this building.
Soon you will be confronted by a wild animal.
One thing that I really love about this project is that it's not only a movie. It's actually also this installation piece that exists. The feature film The Square started out as this installation, or this, how do you say, humanistic traffic sign that I prefer calling it, because I think you can compare it with a pedestrian crossing. Okay. And you know, a pedestrian crossing is something that is very, very beautiful human invention. With a couple of lines in the street, we have built a very strong agreement that the car driver should be careful with the pedestrians. Yeah. And of course you can create new agreements in a society. So, and now this square exists in 4 cities. I almost consider the feature film as an advertisement film for the installation piece or for the humanistic traffic sign. Was this a tobacco factory? Okay, yeah.
It was an old tobacco factory.
Okay, yeah. So it's like that, okay, when they didn't need these tobacco factories anymore, they made it into art museum. Yes. You know, in the film then, in the square, then it's actually the royal castle that have been turned into a contemporary art museum. So already when you go into a building like this, you're supposed to start to think as a spectator. It's demanding something from you. So the kind of audience that you meet in a museum like this is a little bit more ready, you know, to work themselves, and I like that a lot. So.
In Zabaltegui Tabacalera, in this section, it's the more open section of the festival. So we have short films, medium films, feature films like yours, but also we have installation. And this year we have Tamika Smith. The idea is also to have not only cinema in the cinema room, but also in, for example, a space like this. Yeah.
Is this the first time you're screening it in this kind of room, or have you screened it in cinemas also before?
This is the first time for both the film and the installation.
Ah, okay. I was walking around here, and it's very specific, you know, that they have these culture institutes like in the middle of this like old architecture, and it's beautiful. I think when you're creating these events and when you're presenting the film and you actually are there, it's important to try to create something where you make it a little bit more, you know, a little tension, or that it's vibrating a little bit more. And in this, when we thought about this attitude change in society, me and a friend of mine, we came up with an idea that we should create a symbolic place that should be placed in the center of a city. And around this symbolic place, we should create a culture where we show trust and take care of each other. And I can be the good example then that I put trust in the audience in the San Sebastian Film Festival. Okay. And then I will take my wallet and I will take my cell phone. So I will put here under the screening, I will put the wallet and the cell phone there, or maybe we are coming back tomorrow, right? Or okay, I have to check so it turned off. So. Okay, yeah. Okay, so have a good screening. Thank you.